No question about it. The Cavs want to be 100% heading into mid-April.
That is the most important thing, and the thing you have to realize, you hear all that, all I can say to that is welcome to the NBA, especially with only 10 games to go.
The Cavaliers are back in the friendly confines of Rocket Arena for the first time in 2 weeks as Chris Paul's mid-range jumper opens the scoring. But it was poked away by Harrison Barnes, and out strides the rookie Stephon Castle. Castle lays it inside for Biyombo. The ball, in fact, starting center Bismack Biyombo started this season out of the NBA. He was signed to a couple of 10 days in February and then was inked to a standard deal to close the season.
To him because Darius creates havoc once he crosses into that free throw line area.
Speedway got the start. Biyombo takes the entry pass, feeds it back to Paul. Now it's off to Castle. Castle puts it on the floor, gets inside. He'll finger roll and give the Spurs a 6-0 lead. As the Cavaliers have missed their first 6 shots, Vassell steps into a 3. Whoa! Stephon Castle soars and scores, and Kenny Atkinson wants to talk it over.
It makes the defense collapse and have to respect him. I love that play.
The 39-year-old Chris Paul is guarded by the 25-year-old Darius Garland. Stephon Castle's 3 doesn't go. It's tipped high into the air, batted again.
It makes the defense collapse and have to respect him. I love that play.
The 39-year-old Chris Paul is guarded by the 25-year-old Darius Garland. Stephon Castle's 3 doesn't go. It's tipped high into the air, batted again. Retrieves it, and the Spurs reset. Castle inside, ran into Allen. Fell down, saves it, but it comes to Allen and back on the Cavs. They have numbers if they hurry. These are some good ones this year.
Good looking, man. This ought to be our permanent jersey. Home and road.
DeAndre Hunter has checked in. Castle fires a contested 3. Credit Darius Garland for getting out there in a hurry. Usually it's Hunter. Allen works on, Bismack Biyombo. It looked like he got fouled. The Spurs come the other way. Castle on a run. He'll put it up and miss the shot as Merrill stayed with him step for step. He'll find Johnson. Johnson looks to penetrate on Green, nothing doing. Castle for Sohan, who missed the dunk. Third chance here for the Spurs.
Yeah, he gets that dunk opportunity because you're watching the basketball if you're a defender. Don't watch the basketball. Pay attention to where your guys at, put a body on it.
I think that this is likely to be the NBA's Rookie of the Year.
Oh, yeah.
4th pick out of the most recent draft out of UConn.
Season, and he shocked me with some athletic plays, man. He is so explosive. I think he's the guy, but absolutely blown away.
Yeah.
Such an impressive young man. I had no idea he had this coaching acumen as well. He is well on his way after being in that Popovich lineage and tree to being a head coach someday in this league.
Castle can't hit. Remember, too, Brett Brown is on
the defense on skates. The opposite side doesn't help at all.
Each of his first 2. John went on to play with Portland, Houston, and Seattle and won a title with the Sonics. Want to know how many rounds that 70 draft had? 19. The Cavs are
Everybody got picked.
Yeah, the Cavs are the 19th. 19. The Cavs are the Cavs are the 19th round with the 238th pick. Took Alan Waller as Barnes lost the ball. Alan Waller out of St. Mary of the Plains College. The Cavs into the backcourt. Castle tracks it down. Von Castle in toward Allen. Missed the shot as Mitchell picked up by Paul, trying to dance on Paul, and Paul picks up the steal. He's number 2 all-time in the NBA in terms of steals, and Sohan lays it in. He gets fouled by Spruce and has a chance for the 3-point play.
More of those type of plays where you can make the defense move their feet. That's where you're going to get opportunities.
Castle took a bump from Spruce. He threw it off the back of the backboard. Castle wanted a foul called. Donovan has simply been dancing with that basketball here tonight. Castle leaks out and throws it down.
You can enter at spurs.com/ultra. Quick timeout called by Mitch Johnson. Spurs run a play out of the timeout, and Devin Vassell drains it for 3. He's into double-figure scoring.
Cavs 63, Spurs 58. Allen almost with a steal. He nearly took it away from Biyombo. Paul, watched carefully by Spruce, steps back for a 3. First half, he gets his first shot of this 3rd quarter as Garland, through traffic, finds an open Wade. Wade is not at his best stuff. Vassell feeds all the way back to Chris Paul, who steps into a long 3. It's rebounded eventually by Donovan Mitchell, and then Garland gets 2 feet in the paint. Biyombo is there to alter the shot as Castle plucks it free. Castle's on the run. Almost dragged that pivot foot. The Cavs are hot. Vassell rebounds. Barnes is on the run. Now Castle. Castle got bumped and fouled by Spruce. Wembanyama, of course, who's been lost to the season. They now have De'Aaron Fox, who's been added to the mix. It boasts a home record of 30-5. Their road record is 28-9. That has tied a franchise high for cell rebounds. Barnes is on the run. Now Castle. Castle got bumped and fouled by Spruce. This evening to take on the Pistons tomorrow. Well, Biyombo and Hunter mistimed it a touch, and then Castle picks up a foul as Garland was.
Yeah, the ball is released about 3 feet out in front of him, but it's a good-looking ball that turns end over end.
Barnes on the run, lays it in, gets fouled, and he has a chance to give San Antonio the lead. Keldon Johnson looks to drive. He'll float and miss as Wade stayed there. It's tipped. Eventually back to Castle, who steps into a three. Grabbed, however, by Johnson. Another offensive rebound for San Antonio, number 14 here tonight. Castle burrows his way inside, blocked by Tristan Thompson. Back it goes to Merrill. The pass was intended for Thompson over his head. Mukalashvili up to Sohan. He missed it. Castle can't finish. Oh my.
Talk.
Mukalashvili with a three that's no good. Castle's there, another offensive rebound. He gets fouled by Hunter and puts it in. And Castle, Merrill and Okoro were boxing out the same man and allowed Castle to get free inside. Castle can't hit the free throw, and it remains a 3-point San Antonio lead. And those concession
yes, they do.
stands here
I've hit them
inside
all.
Rocket Arena.
Yep.
Sampled a lot.
Yep.
Castle to the rim. Too easy. Picked up the pace, picked up the intensity offensively. A three by Castle is good.
That was a heck of a pass by Chris Paul.
Harrison Barnes is leaned upon by Jared Allen. Castle's the cutter. Castle puts it up. He missed the shot as Hunter held.
Just good awareness of taking that basketball. No one's going to stop his dribble. Keep it going to the basket.
Vassell hits a three that snaps a 9-0 Cavalier run for the three. Vassell now has 19. Allen's inside. He's watched by Castle. Castle, by the way.
Now they have nothing with Biyombo on the bench. They got no one that can deal with Jared Allen, and he has just dominated them.
Here's Stephon Castle. Cavs by 2. Castle down the alley. Works on Allen. Allen with a rejection, and it's thrown away. Garland with the intercept. Here comes Mitchell. He'll stop. Find Allen. He twirls, scores, and gets fouled as Jared Allen. Garland dancing with that ball. Shovels toward Allen. He can't handle that pass. Castle in towards Spruce. Has to turn to the corner. Finds Barnes. 20 seconds to go. Castle. Allen rebounds.
Just absolutely has dominated this basketball game. Jared Allen has. And Donovan Mitchell, his assists were unbelievable. Kept us rolling. Cavs turned it up. They lit the wick.
Donovan Mitchell scores 25 points and dishes out a career-high 14 assists. Meanwhile, Jared Allen goes for 29 points and grabs 16 big rebounds.